open up the Redevelopment Authority meeting for November 14, 2017 at 6 o'clock. First thing I want to welcome everybody. I want to say happy Thanksgiving to you and all your family. Hopefully everybody's safe.
Thank you.
Michael Malinowski is on vacation, the executive director, and Mr. Abatello is on vacation down in Florida, down at Disney, so we wish him the best also. So first on the agenda, you'll see in your packet is an update from Michael Malinowski, excuse me, on the eminent domain issue. Obviously, he asked me to table that after the agenda went out until our next meeting. There was no updates that he had at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to table that, guys, okay? 94 Forest Street discussion. You guys wanted this on the agenda. You'll see that in your packet there is a plot plan that I was able to dig up in one of my old emails.
About the real one thing, let's look at this one.
I know, Joanna, you had asked
I did.
to bring this up and have a discussion on this plot. As you guys know, we voted at our last meeting to take it off the market and wait until the spring. So it gives us time to figure out what we want to do and how we want to move forward on this property. And
Mr. Chairman, can
Yep.
I add something?
go ahead.
I was kind of thinking today, and I do some real estate foreclosures, but Bob agreed to, and I think Savory did. I would like to ask the committee if what's her name, the real estate agent that we use,
Brenda Titus.
Brenda Titus, has some somebody's talking to her about it, showing some interest, heard about it, that the committee gives you the strength to go ahead, and she'll call you and you can go ahead and say, yeah, let's open it up, and for them to have a discussion, rather than try to bring it back to us and, we would delay it over a month. So I don't know what the committee feels about doing that. That was just a kind of a side thing.
Well, right at the present moment, it's not even being marketed.
Okay.
It's not even on the market. It's been pulled.
But you never know. People do come and
agree.
they do approach, and sometimes if that does happen, I want to make sure that we have that opportunity. So I'm bringing it up with the committee, see what they feel, how they feel.
Comments, Bob? Questions, concerns?
No, I think that leaving it off the market, I think, is the best opportunity for it. And if there's interest in it and she feels it, then quick letter to us or an email or call or whatnot, we can schedule a meeting
Okay.
up to 48 hours in advance and
True.
and come in for a special meeting just
No
for
problem.
that.
Yeah.
I know it wouldn't be a long one, I don't think,
No.
but that's my opinion.
Good.
Doesn't preclude us from doing that.
I agree with Bob. I think we should, if something comes up, we should have an emergency meeting.
Okay.
So
try to get together.
just a little bit in the back for you guys. Normally when this happens, and I know that you guys are new to the committee, she'll end up calling me and she'll say, hey, listen, Savory has interest in a piece of property, blah, 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 blah. And what I'll do is, I used to get a hold of Marlene or Jack, and we'd schedule that to be addressed. Normally, when she goes out and she has somebody interested in the property, they're close to assigning a P&S for us. She would already have a number in mind of what, now that it's off the market. I understand what Joanna's saying. People
Right.
drive by and look at property and say, oh, I know that this was on, should we approach, blah, 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 blah. I agree 1,000%. I don't want to be the sole maker of go ahead and enter into an agreement. I don't want to do that.
Right.
I'd rather schedule a meeting. We get, like Bob said, and you and yourself, a couple of days, and we can have a meeting. And I'm sure we can get a majority of the board here
Mhm.
in a quick amount of time.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep, that's fine.
Now, since we're talking about this
Yep.
property, didn't we have was there a well and a septic that they planned for this or anything
Preliminary plans, I think you got them.
else? Just this.
Is
We didn't
what's
do.
there.
We
There
didn't
was
do,
a conceptual plan. There was no. I know they did a perk test.
Right.
Other than that, I know that they didn't spec for.
for anything. Okay.
The build-in envelope is what we asked them to
Yeah.
do. I have been trying to reach out to Mr. Morse, try to get him here because Joanna had asked if he could come and
Yeah,
talk
so
to
he
us.
could talk to us, because you guys are new.
His contract and stuff is done. What he was hired to do 2 years ago, whatever, is completed 2 years ago. So I don't know if he will come back. I'm trying to reach out to him, but
I mean, everything on here is pretty typical to Carver.
Yep.
So, the Carver soils, so I mean, me going over this, because I've went through plenty of these already with myself, but it looks good, and,
I mean, the plans I remember seeing, if those are the original ones, it even shows parking lots and
No.
that one
this is
doesn't?
no, this is the same thing that you have there.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
So, the conceptual ones, I don't know where those were.
there is,
Yeah,
it
that's
did
what I was.
come here.
Yeah,
It was given to the last planner that we had. Where it got placed, I don't know. If I remember correctly, I tried to go back in my archives and my computer and stuff trying to find it. I believe I CC'd the town administrator also, so that way the town actually had that information.
Was that from a potential buyer, or was that?
It was just
the
the information that was from Morse Engineering with a conceptual
I see.
building envelope with a
Okay.
parking lot and stuff like that.
It was, we asked to be shovel ready. We spent $2,000 on everything. It's not
Yeah.
just that plan. He even had plots, how many people could park
right? Okay.
and how many people would be able to occupy the building, et cetera. So that's what I had asked Will, if it's opportunity, then he could come back with those plans, wherever they are.
And I can still try to follow up with him. It's just that I know the last time that I got in touch with him, it took a while to get the proper frontage information.
I guess another question I have is with, I keep forgetting her name, Brenda Titus. When she was trying to market that for us, does she have those plans? Would she have those plans?
I think I gave.
I mean, being
I
shovel
think
ready, one would
I think
ask.
I gave her a copy.
Well, that'd be a source to probably call her up and see what she's got. Okay.
Okay.
okay, that's it. I mean,
All right. So just you guys all set with that? We'll move on.
Yeah.
Item 3 is a discussion for a request from Randolph Redevelopment Authority. I put this on here. I was reached out by the acting chairman of the newly formed Randolph Redevelopment Authority. They were reaching out to us to ask for some help on how did we get established, what our procedures are, what our some of our actions that we've taken. Just basic information. They asked for us to, if we'd be interested in going up to their facility in Randolph during a meeting and just have a conversation with them. We did this with, what was it, Newton, I think we went to, or Natick? Natick.
Yeah.
When we were discussing the possibility of having an RDA in town. It was very helpful. I have directed them to DHCD is a very great source for new RDAs for assets to try to help them get established, get up and running. Typical questions he was asking, if you guys, your appointed member, meaning the governor's appointment, does he get a stipend? Our town is a little bit different. We've been offered a stipend. I know that I opted out of it. I didn't want it, but it's up to the fellow members if they want it or not. Their town is probably different. They probably get a substantial stipend for
Are
being
you
there. I
talking,
don't
excuse
know.
me, you're talking about the one where the governance committee made a recommendation?
Yes, way
Oh,
back when.
Yeah, we all said no on that one. I
Right.
think.
But we have new members. I don't know
Oh,
how
yeah,
they stand.
yeah.
I don't
Um,
believe I was offered, but I would be a no anyway. So.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things. Those are the type of questions. They're looking for a established RDA, kind of like to mentor, kind of like to answer some questions to them. I've had quite a few emails back and forth. I told them that we were having a meeting tonight. I would ask them, I told them that I'd bring it up to you guys, what your thoughts were, whether or not you guys wanted to engage them or not. If we're going to have a representative go up there and talk with them. If there's more than 3 people, then we need to post a meeting with them jointly. which is fine if that's what you guys want to do. If you want to just have somebody talk with them back and forth, or not even have any conversations with them.
When you met with Natick, did you go up to their
We did.
meeting?
We were not an established RDA. We were just looking. So I want to say
Yeah, wow.
myself,
Jack.
Jack Hunter, Jimmy Grimes. I believe Michael Donald went with us. Steve Romano went. Just really seeing what they were doing up there, if it would fit. We didn't know. We knew that we'd like to establish something, but we didn't know the ins and outs and how to go. And when we first initially got established, we relied a lot on information from John Fitzgerald, who was the old director of DHCD. He helped us a lot with communications back and forth. What do you do? I mean, we're very well organized when it comes to the procedures that we have to follow as DHCD, through that end.
Did you go to one of their meetings, or did you just go and meet them?
No, we went up to one of their meetings, just as a citizens, and
Did you talk to the people in Randolph about coming to one of our meetings?
I did. I had offered, because I think I talked to Joanna or you or somebody. I had offered them to bring them here.
Right.
Because it was a better sitting for us. We're established. We have our dates. They're just getting rolling. For them to come down here, and obviously, it's a travel thing. So
Right.
it's going to be, if we want to engage a fellow RDA and try to help them get established and get rolling on just guidance or what have you. We're not doing any physical or any type of work for them. It would be, you'd have to go there, I'm sure. I asked them to come here, and he told me that their board didn't even entertain driving way to the Cape.
Way to the Cape. Hello.
So, which is fine. I mean, I understand that, they're just getting established, and to drive all the way here and not actually know the questions. We're talking a much larger, substantial active town than, they have more industry. They have
Yes.
a lot of other
Yeah.
eggs in the basket.
I live in Carver there sometimes in the summer. I don't want to drive to the Cape.
I understand.
Yeah, right.
I do it every day.
Never
so it's
mind,
okay.
Cape. How about Middleborough?
So I wanted to know you guys' thoughts on it. Would you guys want me to reach out to them and try to help them, or you guys just want to stay out of it and just tell them, listen, if you want to come and ask us specific questions, please do. I mean, most RDAs will talk back and forth.
Can I make a suggestion? Because
Yeah.
we could do FaceTime with an iPad. The town has that, don't they? We could do FaceTime.
I don't know.
Don't we have
half
internet
the time
here?
The internet don't work here.
Don't we have internet here? Bill, Bob, do we have internet?
If I try to get the internet
Good
right
luck.
now,
You're not getting
we're not getting it.
Oh, really? Oh.
It's got to be hardwired if we're going
Yeah.
to do it. It would have to be
Oh.
hardwired, and
Okay.
this room isn't. But
Well, not this room, but the
Upstairs
selectmen's room is,
Right.
and we could arrange something. I mean, let's use technology. If they don't want to drive, that's fine.
but
We
they
can-
have to have it too.
Well, if Randolph can't have it, something's wrong.
Well,
Well,
they
I don't-
Anyway, that would be my suggestion. Ask them if they're willing to do that kind of a conversation.
I don't have a problem with that. I would have to make sure that this town has that ability to do that also.
I think we do upstairs in selectmen's room. I think that's real.
Okay. Any thoughts, Mr. Bob?
I like technology, yeah, but I mean the whole FaceTime that I'm just not too keen on
Do you want-
personally.
Drive
think-
there?
Huh?
Would you want
I
to
drive to Weymouth. Randolph's 10 minutes away from that.
I
Doesn't
know.
bother to me.
I was
so.
going to say, what town is it near?
Randolph, Holbrook, Braintree,
Avon.
Avon's over this side.
Okay, okay. Not that far.
Milton's up here.
All right.
See, I don't mind going to
So-
Randolph. I'm going to Linwood. That's all I
Yeah.
know. They get the best pizza. So
Yeah.
if I'm going up there, that's what I'm hitting. I
Linwood?
might stop in and see my younger
Pizza?
brother. So.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I mean, we can
Well-
help them.
Yeah, I mean, if Natick helped us, I think it's just pay it forward. We do the same
Yeah.
to the next in line. Hopefully, they'll do the same if they're ever asked. in the
Yeah,
future.
and we might want to favor something, one good deed deserves another.
I don't mind helping where we can help.
So
Myself.
we could post
Having-
it, we could post it.
But
you know,
I'm just saying, if we're gonna get on one of their agendas,
Yeah,
if you guys wanted to go, I just need to know who wants to go,
Well,
and
let's-
then we'd have to post.
Okay.
yeah.
You
Well,
know,
let's
I
find
think
out the
that'd be
date.
the.
Let's get a date. and-
I'll see what their I know they have a meeting tomorrow night, and I definitely won't be
Oh,
able to get
look,
that.
that's too close.
I'll
We're
try to for something in December and see if we can.
not too late though in December, gonna get
Like
cold.
Christmas would be great.
Oh, yeah, fantastic. I mean,
Saves you from
especially the day
spending-
before Christmas.
Yeah,
That's
no-
my
no one's busy
birthday.
in December. Nothing ever happens.
That's my birthday. Let's go the day before Christmas. Then
You
we'll
okay with
stop
that?
and get pizza.
Yeah, I don't have a problem. I'd kind of like a list of questions that they have. If they can draft up a list of questions that they do have,
Yeah, make-
and suggestions, have each member or whatnot write out questions, all right, that they're interested in. That way we have an understanding when we go there of what they're really looking for, and we're
So
not hit.
we can get
Right, we can be prepared
Right.
when we get there.
I think a lot of it, you know, just from the conversations that I've had with not even a conversation, just texting back and forth or email back and forth, was that they're just getting started and they don't know how to crawl first.
Right.
You know, and they
Right.
got a lot of activity, obviously, in their town. When they established their RDA, there was a reason behind it. So whether it was industry, there's so much activity up there, industry or whatever, that they'd be helpful with, So list of questions, try to get
Yeah.
some type of dialogue
Where
prior
they're,
to.
yeah,
That's a good
where they're
idea.
at.
That's a good idea.
And I'll ask for possible dates. I think they meet at the same time that we do, 7 o'clock at night. So if that's, you know, I can always ask them if they want to meet
7?
earlier.
6.
6. I was gonna say, who's this 7?
And they have to bring Linwood pizza. Got it.
Yeah, right on.
Okay.
Mm.
So that was why I had that on there. I wanted to have a good discussion with you guys on that, and I'm glad that we did. Any other concerns or anything like that? Please just let me know, and we'll do that.
Are they anxious for this to happen right away?
I think so. I mean, it was prior to me going to Myrtle last month. They reached out to us.
The only reason I ask is that, you know, December is always a crazy time for everybody between
I
the
understand.
holidays. You know, if we can put it off a month to January.
Yeah. I'll see what their concern
what
is.
they
I don't
say.
know what their schedule's like or anything like that. I know that when we first got established, it was tough to get a normal scheduling date.
Right.
And then when we went for a normal scheduling date, then we had some issues with Joanna was away or what have you, and now we changed our dates for new members. So.
And we changed date and time, which is more compatible.
Okay, guys, that's good.
And one other thing with that
Yes,
is
sir.
that since you're communicating with them, if you can give us like a copy of what you've been talking back and forth to or whatnot, I think that's part of the reason why the emails for the town was so important, that there was a record,
Mhm.
that if there's a public records request.
Yeah, I don't even know how he got my email.
Yeah.
So
But
I have no idea. So
yeah, just to see,
I'll direct
So
them
we're
that way.
yeah.
I don't want to correspond with you guys.
No,
I'll
just
make
bring
sure
it to
it
no,
goes.
just bring it to the meeting. Just bring
Okay.
it to the meeting and they hear.
Because
whatnot.
I could probably print out all the stuff that we've gone back and
Yeah.
forth with, just so that way you guys have it. That's
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Yeah.
Previous, the ones he currently has. Take a look at it.
all right. Okay, if you guys are all set, I want to move on to the treasurer's report. Joanna?
Yes, I passed out, the secretary, do you have a copy? Okay, great.
Do you need a copy back?
No, I have plenty here. Paper's cheap. Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you go to Job Lots and buy it for $6, why not? All right, listen, if you flipped it over, you'll see that, and I have to fix this up. I have last minute, so I'll fix it up before next time we meet here. So try to get it more concise on one page. But nonetheless, the bank account or the checking account shows that it's $1,829.19. There was only one payment of $75. That was to the secretary. Are you Susan Hanlon?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. The savings account collected some interest. small, $2.13, and it's $25,105.72 in the account. The Carver Urban Renewal Plan account waivers with no money outlaid. However, the 9 cents keeps getting calculated, and the final count in there is $3,613.91. I just want to remind you, members, that at some point when the Carver Urban Renewal Plan is complete, any monies left over has to go back to them. We don't keep that money in our treasury. Any questions?
Any question from the board members on the treasurer's report?
Make a motion, we accept the treasurer's report.
I'll second that.
Motion made and second to accept the treasurer's report as submitted. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Bills payable. We have one bill that's payable. It goes to Mary Ann McLeod.
Okay.
It's for $75. She was here last time. Susan was not. So I need a motion to pay Mary Ann McLeod for secretarial.
Is that the check we're gonna be sending, Megan? I didn't put any name in there because I didn't know. Is
So-
Mary Ann, excuse me, two
McLeod.
words?
It's on the-
Oh, it's on my thing? Okay, fine, I didn't know.
So I'll entertain a motion to pay her.
I'll make a motion that we pay Mary Ann McLeod $75.
I second it.
Motion made and second. Discussion. You had that look.
I do. I thought this was a recurring thing because it's a different person.
It is with Susan, just
no, that's
because it
fine.
was a fill-in.
Okay, no, that's fine. I think if it's a recurring thing, then
We
I
didn't
I
have
think
to
it's-
take a vote,
It's
yeah.
I don't think we should even take a vote for this because it's a recurring bill that comes up.
It's just that it's a different person, so I'd feel,
Oh, that's
I think we should do
Yeah.
it to a separate vote for it.
Okay.
And I'm glad you brought it up, Bob.
Yeah.
All those in favor to pay Mary Ann McLeod the $75, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, so you'll do that check for
Yeah,
her.
I'll-
That was the only bills payable we had. We have the minutes of October 10th, 2017.
Okay.
And let me see who's here.
I think we're all
We
here.
all were.
We all were, even Michael
Yep.
and Brian. Okay.
You guys, 94 Forest Street. She had put in here, the motion was then voted and passed 5-0 unanimous. Do you remember who made the motion for, it says Mrs. Layton, sorry. And it was second by Bob, sorry, I missed that. I was
Yeah,
scanning through it
yeah,
real
I did
quick.
make
That
a
was
note
my
of it.
question.
Okay.
Right after that on bills payable, your last name is Hanlon, right? Not
No, it's Hannon,
No,
that's
It's
correct.
Hannon, that's correct. Okay, so then
She-
it's incorrect on this.
Oh, for me? Oh, yeah, I got it wrong. Hannon, huh? Hannon. Let's make that correction. Geez, I had it wrong all the way through. Did I make out your checks
No,
that
your
way?
checks were always right.
Really? Hannon, Hannon? Really? Okay. I'll make that correction going forward.
Okay. What is the pleasure of the board for the minutes of October 10th, 2017? When you are ready.
I didn't find any corrections other than, I'm gonna change the treasurer's report. Thank you, Sabri, for making that out. When we come to comments, okay.
I'm on the minutes.
Excuse me? I
Those
know
are
you're in
just
the
on the
minutes.
minutes.
No, I realize. There's, the majority of what's here is basically the code of conduct and the blogging code. And, there's a
You
lot
wanna
of,
make a motion first and then we'll discuss the
okay,
minutes?
okay. I'm moving towards the fact, the motion would be that, maybe myself and another member, tries to recompile what we have here into a document that we can vote on legitimately. We don't have a complete code of conduct. We don't have a complete, changing, everything here is referenced, but we have no document that we can vote on a regular basis. So,
But are you saying the minutes are incomplete?
no, the minutes are complete. I'm looking.
Okay, so we're just gonna talk about the minutes, so we're trying to either approve the minutes as they're presented to us
Okay.
or not.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as written.
Thanks. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Motion made second to approve the October 10th minutes as written. Discussion. Ms. Joanna?
Yeah, as I said, and I'll reiterate, I think like myself and maybe one other member, I don't know. Most of which was done by Savory, so I would probably want to meet with him. Bob had some changes too. But we need to incorporate these changes into both these documents.
The documents.
That's correct.
Okay, I got that.
So if we're going to adopt these documents for us going forward, every time we reorg, right, our first meeting, we should be bringing these documents to the table, looking at them and discussing whether we want to make changes, additions, or whatever.
I got
But
that.
you can't do anything when they're all like this. You have to have somebody
Go ahead.
translate that information.
On the last page, it has exhibits
Yep.
where it has this listed
Mhm.
as exhibits would be attached to this. And I was under the impression that the secretary was making the notations to create a document, correct? So therefore, when these get filed with the town clerk's office to be posted, those should all be complete and accurate.
So we should, until we have the actual documents, we can't really approve the minutes or eliminate that from the document.
Well, we can approve the minutes because the minutes indicate the changes that we want made to the document.
Right.
So I think that what we should do is put on our next meeting's agenda to approve the updated documents regarding the code of conduct and the bloggers code.
So my question, Bob, is it your understanding that the secretary is incorporating what's in the minutes into a blogger document as well as code
A
of conduct?
physical document
Yeah,
for us, for policy, procedures, and guidelines that we should have. That was my impression, that she was taking the notes in order to create this document, because she has the original that we use for the selectmen.
Mhm.
Right.
And that we said we're gonna take out anything that says Board of Selectmen, and then any other changes that were made, that she was making notations to make those changes, and then she would come back with another one.
okay.
So, in Will's point, technically, yeah, we probably shouldn't do these minutes until we actually have those physical papers in hand.
Because it says in the back, and it's a good point that Bob pulled out, is that they are exhibits. So to present these the minutes with the exhibits and not have the code of conduct and the blogging as an exhibit, that would have to come out of this to be eliminated and put on the next meeting when we have a clean draft, approved draft of the code of conduct and the blogging code.
So, I guess I'm.
And that's
not-
what you were talking about.
That's what I'm
You wanted
talking
to put
about, and I'm
together.
saying, so we currently have employed our secretary, i.e. Ms. Hannon.
I wasn't even here.
She
for
wasn't
It
this.
wasn't here.
Oh,
So
oh
what
God.
is the process in a situation like that? Should it
So
have been
I
banned?
think Joanna had a good point, that she would like to get with another member and draft, edit those code of conduct and the blogging to what we had talked about.
Well, it's
and then bring it
here.
back.
I mean, if there's a process where documents are updated,
Yep.
then I think that whoever is responsible for doing that on
Just that
on
we
an
don't have
administrative-
staff.
You don't have
Well,
any staff.
Our staff is what you're seeing here. I mean, staff at the
Town,
town is just to put this together for us. We don't have IE staff. I don't know if that's going to change.
Right, but if we were to rewrite it, I mean, someone at the town's gonna have to
put it together.
retype it.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
I mean, no,
The document's already on a Word format, so making the changes really wouldn't take a whole heck of a lot of time, per se. But going back to Will's comment is that because we don't have the physical documents to put in for our minutes, okay, because if we file the minutes, any document that we use, which we could put the selectmen one, because we use that as a basis for it with the changes here, we could do that, as that was just what we used as a draft for it.
Yeah.
All right, with the changes here, all right, we're not necessarily going against what we physically did here at our meeting. We used that document as a basis for that, although I wasn't for it, but if you understand what I mean, is
Yeah.
that, all right, we use those documents as the basis to form what we talked about at the meeting.
Right.
So we could approve these and put the selectmen one in for the code of conduct and the blogger one in there. We could put that in and then at the next meeting, put it on the agenda that we look at the document that was supposed to be changed.
yeah, but the question
And
is, someone has to
so-
change the document.
The last one hasn't changed, the last secretary didn't change it, or her contract was just for the minutes
Just
and the
taking the
minutes,
minutes
that's
out.
it,
Just a minute.
and everything, because that was my,
I'm sure this is not like a huge deal. I would be happy to update anything that you need me to update. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
To incorporate these minutes into the original, the documents that we
You're
use.
happy with the verbiage that's in here?
Yeah. yes, it was approved.
So
So I just
If-
need the document.
if you guys are okay with it, I'd like to table the minutes until we have a clean copy of the exhibits. And
Okay.
we could vote on this at our next meeting.
Yeah, because we could be,
Okay.
then see, Bob, what is here, and then how it was incorporated, and we could, make that decision.
so, in that case, for the exhibits, we'd have to put down number one is the selectmen's
Right,
one here, and
Just-
then the final draft of what we
What we
created
approved.
at
Right.
that meeting.
so this, you have to add a word here, selectmen's code of conduct, selectmen's blogging code.
Correctly, and then you turn around and
Right.
on the next one would be ours. That's why I say if we use the selectmen ones, we could basically file these with the selectmen ones, we have our comments for changings of it.
Right,
And
because
then
it
at
was
the next
based on that,
meeting-
yeah.
We can bring it up and say, here you go, these are the actual physical documents that from the information we gathered here, it's now been created into a new form for us. That would be,
So you made the motion to approve the minutes. Do you want to amend your motion to add the selectmen's
Yeah,
yes, selectmen's
code and
Code
the
of
select-
under
conduct.
the exhibits,
under
Right.
exhibits?
selectmen code of conduct and selectmen blogging code,
correct.
okay?
Then we will be good.
Then we'll
I'd
be
comfortable
good,
with
then
that.
we'll be good with the minutes, cause that's what we did.
Right.
And then the next meeting, we put on the agenda
Okay.
the
blogger
of
code
conduct.
and everything else.
Yep.
And we don't really have to vote for it again because we already kind of created it, but this is what we have.
Yeah, and then we
and
can
then-
submit it.
Does that have to approve the final document? Now, is that, if Susan's gonna take on that responsibility, is that between now and the next meeting, is that enough time for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I can get that file.
Yeah, just call the selectman's office and they can email it to you under a Word.
So the
This-
selectmen's code
Right.
of conduct.
And the selectman's blogger. And they have it under a Word document and that can easily be modified. Thank you.
One of the things in the minutes is that we changed, in the blogging code, we changed blogging to social media, and I'm wondering if we want to do the same thing to the code.
I
Just
think,
called social media code, as opposed to blogging.
Oh, yeah, social media.
yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
So you're saying the blogging,
Yeah.
was social media.
On this one, it would be this Board of Selectmen's Code of Conduct and then the Board of Selectmen's blogging code, but on the next one, it would be the RDA Code of Conduct and the RDA Social Media Code.
Yep. I don't have a problem with that.
Did you understand that, Susan?
I believe you're referring to the attachments you're talking
Yes,
about
yeah,
changing?
Yeah, the
Okay.
exhibit,
So, but when I'm updating the actual document, you want it to say
social media,
social media.
yes, instead of
And
blogging.
on the attachment, it will be social media, okay?
The new attachment.
Right.
Yes. You updated.
Okay, so we've amended the motion to approve.
I'll second that.
Second. Any other discussion on the Tuesday, October 10th, 2017 minutes? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you. Susan, thank you for doing that for us. Correspondence, I don't have any. Members' comments. Ms. Joanna?
Yeah. I didn't get any documents, and I called, and she said, "Oh well," she said, "we sent them to, but we can't send them to carverma.org because you're not updated." And I said, "Really? Well, what happened to Comcast.net?" And she said, "Well, in your minutes, Mr. Belbin made a reference to the fact that we should all be on carverma.org," and I said, I can't get my computer to work that way. So I physically came in today,
Mhm.
and she said we could put it on your iPhone, and she has an icon, but I didn't have an email or I didn't have a password. I think I had given her one over the phone in the past, but I didn't write it down, neither did she, so we're stuck. And the person who takes care of this computer
IT.
stuff, she's gonna write to that person. Now, I don't know how long it's gonna take. My question to you guys, did you run into any difficulty? Are you all
Yeah, there was a
set up?
step that they missed when they first sent it out to us,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
it's
Are
just
you
the way
up
the
and running?
security.
Are you up and running as
Huh?
carverma.org?
No, because I got
I am.
sidetracked with other stuff, but it did it as I started going through it. I'm like, what the heck? And then she sent another email out
Yeah,
saying that, hey, you've got a step.
If
okay.
we
I
had
haven't got through
internet,
that.
I'd tell you that.
So do you have the
Yeah.
do you have the icon on your phone also?
There
I
you
haven't
go.
done it yet.
How do you have that?
Yeah.
I don't
It's
even
just an
know that.
icon, it's a
Right.
download, and it
Yeah.
cues right in, and then if you link it to your other emails like I did, then it just
Yeah, it goes back to
talks
forth.
back.
So you are carverma.org? You're
Yeah.
on both your laptop as well?
My
Are you all
laptop,
I
set?
didn't do it
office
yet.
computer,
She hasn't
place
been
I go.
ready. Okay. Well, guys,
But they want everybody
Catch up.
to use
Yeah,
that.
I
Yeah.
forgot about it. I got the email with my password and it right over.
yeah.
gone.
So I messed up. Don't mess up because it's gonna lock. That's what happened.
Yeah. I think if you do it 3 times or whatnot, it locks
Something
out.
like that. And I
Yeah,
don't
and that's a
know.
security feature.
So I told her between now and maybe the end of the week I'll come in, and if provided that person can undo whatever I did, I don't know.
Okay. Anybody else got any members' comments?
Yeah,
Bob?
if the meeting minutes, just to kind of streamline, emailing the meeting minutes to us before the meeting would help out a lot. We can look at it and make changes instead of
Well,
taking
because
extra time here.
and I with the treasury report too, I apologize. That was my early intention as well. But my computer itself today wasn't acting very good. The printer.
Blame it on Comcast.
So technology, I don't know.
we should get all the documents emailed to everybody ahead of time, so
Right,
I'll put that down.
at least.
One of the things that was in the minutes, and, Michael Malinowski's not here tonight, but, he had asked you, Bob, about maybe further information on the sand at Spring Street.
Mhm.
Is there anything did you find out?
There's a lot of sand there, and
Like,
there's
that's what I figured.
they're still taking bids from people, and there was a real estate agent out there walking the property that I saw. But they were gonna put a sign up, but I don't know what happened to that. He never did. But
Who's putting up the sign? The real
some
estate
real
agent?
estate agent that the state picked up
Picked up, okay.
for it. But yeah, I mean, I did some calculations with my son and looking at the land acreage of it and estimating out the sand costs nowadays, which is, I forget how much it was, like $9 a yard or something like that. But you're talking a lot of sand out of there.
Did you bring that forward to the town? I mean, you had your suggestion in
about
there.
The
They
town knows about it.
not, they know about sand, but they know
Yeah.
how much money it's worth? That's what I'm saying.
Well, it's worth it to the people that can actually take it out and sell it and do it that way.
no.
So, I mean, whoever buys that property now, it's in the state's hand. The town already waived their right
Oh,
to
they
buy
did?
the property.
Okay, they did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So therefore, it's whoever gets it now. But, I mean, I think the minimum bid's 1.1.
Oh, yeah, that's what they were asking for.
Yeah. But, I mean, you can get that just for the square 40 acres of land
It's big.
Right, without the sand.
without the sand.
Without the
Yeah,
sand.
Without the sand, add the sand on top of it, and then the trees that are there that you can cut down and
Huge trees, huge.
sell those off as mulch and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
said, it's development, but
Okay.
You guys all set?
Yes.
The only other thing that I had from members' comment, the town has hired a new planner.
Oh, really?
So he's here in town, but he's working. He'll be at the planning board meeting just to kind of be there as we move forward. I think he starts
Monday.
next week.
Monday, yeah.
So he'll be hopefully coming. I thought he'd pop in with Jack and say hi and be able to introduce you because I haven't even met him yet either. But we do have a new planner, so that's good. So we'll have him hopefully at our next meeting.
so from the town administrator taking on his
It'll be a vote by the board to what they want to do with the executive director's position.
yeah,
I don't know if he's following under our purview. I don't know what his contract says, if he's going to be part of the RDA or not. I haven't seen his contract, so.
Right. I mean, that's part of the reason why I wanted us to have a seat at the table there for it,
Yeah.
because under the
There was
under the town administrator's, if you follow his thinking that whoever the town planner is the executive director of the redevelopment authority, and I
not
mean,
until this board votes.
I understand that. I just want to make it
Clear.
clear that it has to go before a vote, but like I said, if it's not in his contract for it, it was overlooked and we don't know, then we could be looking for somebody else to be the executive director, because
Yep.
I still have to say I don't approve of the town administrator being the executive director of the redevelopment authority.
Yep.
So,
So just so you guys know that we did hire somebody. The next thing on the agenda is next meeting date. If I'm going on what we said we were gonna do is the second week or something.
Yes.
Yeah,
That would give us the 12th, December 12th at 6. I don't know what you guys' flavor is, but
That's fine.
that
is
is,
that fine?
Yep.
Bob, is about you?
anybody wanna make a motion for that?
I'll do it. I'll make a motion that we have our next meeting on December 12th at 6 o'clock.
I'll second that.
Motion made and second for our next meeting on the 12th of December at 6 o'clock. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I was so moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay.
Motion made and second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned at 6:45. Thank you, everybody.